Here's my one and probably ever Greentext story, guys. The details will make it very easy to find out my real identity, but I don't have any problem with that. It's gonna be a big one, so sit back and enjoy. Be me. Have been blessed by the gods, and naturally have a Chad body and abilities. Always been good at any sport, with minimum effort put into it. Always been into internet culture, video games, and looking into 4chan as early as the 2010s. Not much of a real Chad, except natural body. Be in football team, get body piled, and go into Coma. That was back in 2015. 2 years later, wake up. Go back to finish school. Everyone knows my story, and I'm cherished and loved as a hero. Going back to the team to train, to catch up back to my regular body condition, although I did not lose a lot of mass. My coach tears up when he sees me. Was taking a computer science class. There, I met a guy that was really smart and into computers. His father is an important shareholder and a leading software company. You could not call him really nerdy, but his appearance was unusually really tall. Like freakishly tall. Around 7 foot tall. At the same time, he was thin as a broomstick. First thing I got in my mind when I saw him was Slenderman, so let's call him Slendy. Me and Slendy start talking, since only two in class not looking or behaving like nerds. Guy was pretty normal, way smarter and mature than anyone his age. To be honest, was probably doing school just cause he had to. Go through it, since he immediately started working, which his father after it. We talk about video games. It's the time Fortnite is really hot. He hates it, I hate it. He played Division. I liked all Tom Clancy games prior, so I get into it. We regularly hit Division sessions at this point, at springtime. I get invited to a party. He has been to parties before, but not really into it. I convince him to come with me. Slendy, he was into a Sub-Queen Stacy. Finds Sub-Queen Stacy to party. Tries to talk to Sub-Queen Stacy. Almost immediately, Sub-Queen Stacy goes full bitch for no reason, and says stop bothering me, noodle dick, really loud. Like one single point before screaming. I guess the noodle dick came out because of his Slendy appearance. Slendy was cool. He didn't broke down or anything, but obviously bothered. Name immediately stick. Everyone now calls him Noodle Dick because of the incident. Slendy doesn't bother, wins through it. Another month pass. Queen Stacy having party. Naturally, I get invited. Naturally, I bring Slendy with me, since really, he is my only friend, other than the friend that I banter with football team guys. Naturally, Sub-Queen Stacy is there, since we'll always follow Queen Stacy around like a dog. Me and Slendy drink some beer and hit a blunt on the couch. Sub-Queen Stacy enters room, talks with some boys, and starts making her way towards us. Pretty much sits in my lap, and starts acting all interested like a whore. Slendy is obviously bothered by it, but keeps his cool. To this point, I need to say that due to being in a coma, I missed the elections, and the whole fuss about whatever happened, but I was able to catch up throughout 4chan memes, Greentext, YouTube, etc. Out of the blue, I fill my lungs with air like a Greek god, and unleash an unraged scream saying, "No! Can't you take no for an answer? How much more are you going to sexually harass me?" Harass! What the fuck is that, cunt? Whole room freezes. Slendy freezes. Sub-Queen Stacy freezes. Some Chads, including members of my football team, gather up to defend the Sub-Queen Stacy, along with the Queen Stacy. Sub-Queen is still shocked looking, like a goddamn baboon. Maybe not so much from what I said, but from the volume of my voice directly into her eardrum. Queen Stacy demands to know what happened, while Chad followers are ready to go for it. I start explaining myself since I have the chance to weave things. However, I like since Sub-Queen Stacy ain't taking initiative. I go ahead and say that this bitch in here, Sub-Queen Stacy, came onto me, and I explained I'm not interested, but kept coming onto me and making moves, touching me and invading my privacy while I clearly say no. At this point, she speaks up, screaming and saying what the fuck is wrong with you, etc. Her friends didn't look to fall for it. I was losing the game, I had to play my trump card, so I said, "I told you, I'm gay." You completely disregarded it and kept coming on to me while I was crystal clear I'm not interested in you. If it was the other way around, you'd be screaming, "Rape! Rape!" But since I'm a big guy, it's of no point, so I just tried to tell you to leave me alone. Which you didn't, and kept sexually harassing me. Queen Stacy falls for it. Sub-Queen Stacy is enraged. Chad seemed to be buying it. Later on, replaying the events in my brain, I figured must seem natural to them, since I didn't hang out with them, except a football practice, to spend most of my time handing around with Slendy. Slendy has his hands covering his face, smiling like a moron. He caught up to it immediately. Queen Stacy tells Sub-Queen Stacy to leave us both alone. Group breaks up, everyone goes back to partying. We go back to partying, laughing for the next hour. Sub-Queen Stacy sitting alone. Last month of school goes by like wind, nothing changes classes, practice division. Sub-Queen Stacy ain't hanging out with Queen Stacy group anymore. She's pretty much banished from the group. No one talks to her. She's moving up and down the hall between classes like a broken mannequin. Whole school knows about incident at this point. Had way less impact than I expected on myself. Everyone seems to cherish my choice of being gay, and being even more popular than before. Although it's something I said to bring down my sub-queen Stacy. Wasn't interested in any of these school bitches to begin with. I kinda lost that part of my life and social circle when I got into that coma. All I wanted to do was get done with school at this point, so it's all fine. Me and Slendy graduate. We still keep in touch and play games almost every day. He is already working with his father. At some point, I asked him if there was any kind of job that I could get from him. Couldn't do much for someone like me, sadly. Summer pass, autumn pass, fast forward to present day. What? Oh, this makes me want to quit Greentext reading this. What the fuck? Early December, I get a call. It's a person working for the Democratic Party in my state. Says that he has been on the lookout for representatives for the party that hold values they are looking for. So if they've been told my story by my old school and I fit their profile. Pretty much been a good behavior athlete, popular Coma story hero wakes up coming out as gay. I guess all this summed up as a Cinderella story, Democrats. I've been to a coma. I came back. I made a friend. I took revenge for millions of us. I got a job for the Democratic Party and might even make it into politics. All of you keep going and never stop believing. You're a shit role model, cunt!